Is your kitchen set up to help you lose weight, keep it off, and have healthy eating habits for the rest of your life? Or is it set up to help you fail and cause sabotage and have your family not eat healthy? Well, you know what? I have found that there are 5 kinds of tools you can keep around your kitchen that will help support your weight loss, your eating healthy for life, and some meal prep for your family. So if you are serious about your health journey, you're in the right place, my friend. Hello and welcome. My name is Alicia Jones. Welcome back to my channel. We're going to dive right in today because I've got 5 kinds of tools that I have found to be absolutely critical to my own journey of losing 60 pounds 6 years ago, successfully being able to keep it off, and being able to teach my family how to eat healthy too, because I did not know any of this before 6 years ago. So this is teaching you out of my own experience, and so I hope this will be helpful for you, especially if you're a busy mom and you have lots of responsibilities. Maybe you work, maybe you volunteer, maybe you just have things that keep you busy during the day. So what you're gonna want is to set up your environment for success in your kitchen, and then you'll find that eating healthier, meal prepping, saving money while you don't have to eat out is really quite easy. So let's go. Number 1 tool that you're gonna wanna keep around your kitchen is some kind of blending and mixing tool. So I like to have a powerful blender. Hope you can see that okay right there. And I'd also recommend a stand mixer. A lot of my girlfriends don't have this and some of them do, but the ones that do absolutely love it, and it saves so much time when you go to make batches of cookies or muffins, or if you want a double batch or triple batch. You'll be able to do it much faster. And I'm all about efficiency. I don't know about you, but I don't like to waste time. This is the tool that I use all the time. It is a stand mixer, and I wanted to show you a couple of the recommendations that I would have for the attachments. This one is just a mixer, considered a paddle. One is actually an ice cream maker. I'd highly recommend that you have this around your house so you can learn how to make healthy ice cream. I have recipes for that in my app if you like. Another one I recommend is a bread dough hook. Again, very simple to make nutritious, protein-rich, gooey, yummy comfort food breads at home when you have the recipes for them, if you have a dough hook like this. And lastly, of course, is a whisk, fabulous for making frosting and other sorts of whipped items that you might want. So that is the first one kind of tool you want to check in your kitchen. Hopefully you have these. If you don't, go get them on sale because we're after Christmas now, and I bet you things are on sale. So that is number 1. Number 2 is you're gonna need some baking tools, okay? So I'd like to recommend something simple like a muffin tin, and if you'd like to start doubling or tripling batches of muffins that have nutritious veggies in them, protein in them, you can actually double and triple your batches. So if you want to keep a couple of these around, I actually have 6 of these, no, 8. I have 8 of these in my kitchen. You can have something like this, okay? The other thing that you're definitely gonna wanna have, if you don't already, is some kind of cookie sheet, tin, something like this, where you can easily bake cookies or other kinds of breads in the oven very quickly. If you don't already have that, highly recommend, all right? Number 3, that takes you from the mixing, the baking. Now we're gonna go to the cooking part. I would actually recommend number 3 tool is crock pot, Instapot, pot on the stove, something big, okay? And then of course you got your oven, right? And your microwave. Those are basic, they come in most kitchens, but these are things you might need to buy or just make sure you have on hand. I just wanted to show you, this is a big pot. You can cook larger batches in here, 1 pot dinners. You can pre-cook veggies, those kinds of things, something like that. I also find that an Instapot is quick, as you probably know. You can cook up proteins in there quickly. Within 8-10 minutes, you can have some chicken ready. That's a great option if you don't have anything pre-made. No worries, throw it in your Instapot, right? Another thing I find is that the crock pot is extremely valuable of a time saver. When I get a bunch of carrots from the store or a bunch of sweet potatoes from the store, I can just throw them in there and have them cook. And you know that old phrase that set it and forget it for the crock pot? Well, it's true, because I'll just throw it in there and I'll come back about 4 hours later. I can even set it overnight and I literally don't even think about it till the next day. They're all cooked so that way I can use them in some healthy cookies or nutritious breads or macronutrient balanced pancakes, things like that for my family and for me, because let's be honest, it helps keep the weight off for adults as well when you're eating veggie-based versions of comfort foods, because nobody likes to feel deprived, at least I don't. And typically, we don't like to be overweight either. I know I didn't. And so this is one of those things that I discovered for me as an adult was extremely valuable, and being able to keep my own weight off, fantastic for my family too. So that's the third kind of tool that I'd recommend that you have. Any one of these, all of these, whatever you have, just something like that. Okay, the next tool you're gonna wanna have is a storage tool or system, and I will show you what I mean by that. The first idea I have for you is some kind of Tupperware, you know, something hard, if you will, so that you can store muffins, cookies, brownies, things like that in portion sizes. Portion control is important, you probably know that. That way you can store it in the fridge or for your lunch or take it with you to work, and it stacks, and then nothing gets smooshed, because nothing's worse than eating smooshed muffins. Okay, you get the idea. So that's an idea for you for storage. Two other storage ideas I would recommend. One is a sandwich size Ziploc bag or something, and here's why. When you go to bulk prep veggies, it's very simple to put them in sandwich size bags and lay them flat in your freezer, and they stack nicely and they freeze. And then you can rearrange it however you want. But I find that cooking with these has absolutely made the difference when I go to cook cookies, muffins, savory items like spaghetti squash. Excuse me, this is the spaghetti squash. Savory items. Like when I go to cook, you know, spaghetti squash, I can add it to the dinner, the pasta. Nobody sees spaghetti squash when you add it to pasta. If I wanted to use some carrots, I could easily add it to the spaghetti sauce, for example, or the pizza sauce. Nobody sees carrots when you add it to spaghetti sauce. These are the kinds of things you can make when you have your tools available, and that's how come number 4 idea is a storage system, and the small size bag or something like that that you prefer is the recommendation. The last kind of storage idea I have for you is a larger size bag. These are gallon size bags, and they're specifically freezer bags. The reason that you might like those is that they're very easy to stack. For example, I made a whole bunch of these cute little brownies that have carrots, black beans, bananas. They're amazing. And yes, they all taste like a brownie because they've got some chocolate chips in there and protein. So these are the kinds of wonderful recipes that you can get in my app. If you don't already have it, make sure you download it for free, get some access to the content in there for free, and see what all the options are, including recipes. So you'll see how these are made ahead of time. I'm going to use them for a party soon, and it just lays flat in my freezer like this in a large bag. Okay, so that is the last idea for you for storage. So remember these kinds of tools that we want so far. We want something for mixing, like we talked about over here, something for baking, like we talked about here. We want something for cooking and or large batches of things. And then I just shared with you about the storage. Now the last thing, number 5, I told you we've got 5 tools for you today that I'd highly recommend you keep around your kitchen to set yourself up for success when it comes to maintaining your weight, losing weight, eating healthy for life, and really just feeling confident that you know how to be healthy and you can help your loved ones do the same, is a labeling system. Okay, so when you go to store items like I showed you already, you're going to need to know what's inside them. Now, if it's a clear bag like I shared with you, it's pretty easy to see what's in the bag. It's also just as easy to label it with a Sharpie of some kind. That is a tip for you for freezers. A tip for you for refrigerators is actually those good old-fashioned Post-its. You've seen these before. This is just one idea. However, it's extremely helpful to write, for example, ranch dip, and stick it on the container so we don't get confused between what's the ranch dip and what's the vanilla cupcake frosting or something like that, right? This is an idea for how to label things in your fridge so that not only you remember, but everybody else who lives in your home also knows what it is. Something else you can do that's really helpful and cool for people who live in your home to find stuff in the fridge, if you aren't already doing this, is to have one area of the fridge for each person, for example. So My boys, they have the lower shelf because they can reach it. I have kind of the middle shelf, and then my husband has the top shelf. And those are just some examples of how I can help my family find their healthy food pretty easily without having to go, Mom, where's my stuff? Right, so let's teach them how to be healthy on their own. I would recommend that you just keep it simple and do what works for you. I love Post-its. I love just kind of keeping stuff organized in my fridge so we don't have this big, explosion in the fridge. That seems to help me, so I hope that helps you too. And the last thing I will tell you, just in regards to the labeling, is maybe you can have some lunch boxes set aside, some bento boxes that you could use and help yourself kind of know whose lunch is whose. That's a wonderful little tool that we use in our family as well. Okay, so I hope these 5 kinds of tools have been helpful for you today. Again, go grab some of these for yourself. They're probably on sale this time of year. And if you want recipes to go with this, like the brownies and how this might work, and if you want some more support about weight loss, specifically keeping it off, lowering inflammation, and really eating healthy for the rest of your life in a simple, sustainable, I think very fun way, do go ahead and download my app. You'll get to see what's in there, and you'll see how I've laid things out in 3 phases to help you just work through your health journey wherever you're at. And again, I teach out of overcoming my own challenges, so I can very much appreciate where you are coming from as well. So I hope today's video has been helpful for you. Thank you for being here, and remember to like and subscribe and share this with somebody that you think it would bless. Bye.